in safety regulations. Duncan Hemba, KTN News.
Now, with Kenya experiencing a spike in COVID-19 positive cases, it is increasingly becoming clear that the country will not reopen in September. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha says the reopening will only happen after the country reports 0 positive cases and thereafter remaining so for 14 days. And as Shadrach Miti now reports, the government intends to use 8.2 billion Kenya shillings from the World Bank to build and improve school infrastructure ahead of the reopening.
In his last address to the nation, President Uhuru Kenyatta pointed to the possibility of schools reopening by September 1st and directed the Minister of Education to engage stakeholders with a view to coming up with clear protocols and COVID-19 containment measures that would enable resumption of learning. However, looking at the recent spike in the COVID-19 cases, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha thinks it may not be possible to reopen schools.
We shall not open until the disease has stopped increasing and stabilized for 14 days. When it does like that, the health experts, together with ourselves, will go back to the president and tell him, what risk are we able to take? What risk is he able to take? For now, I do not think the president will be happy to open schools when we are still spiking.
There are about 15 million learners in the country. The current staffing norm in primary schools prescribes that a single primary school teacher handles a class of 50 learners. This policy is, however, inconsistent with the current COVID-19 reality of social distancing protocol and related mitigation measures, with the Minister of Education setting the maximum number of students per class at between 15 to 20. In essence, schools will have to reduce class sizes and split them into 2 or 3 streams to address social distancing protocol.
Now, like the elephant in the room is the social and physical distancing. If the social distancing is not achieved, all children must have masks. We have gone together with the Ministry of Health and created a mask that is friendly to the children.
Whereas institutions of higher learning may reopen and conveniently conduct lessons in shifts, the same may be a challenge for primary and secondary schools.
We have the SECIP money, which is about 8.2 billion from the World Bank. I think they are opening tenders sometime this week, and we are going to accelerate. That is supposed to improve the infrastructure level in about 30 counties. And some of these monies will go directly to toilets and to labs and to classrooms.
But given the congestion in a majority of schools, coupled with teacher shortage and infrastructural pressure, some considerations may not work, more so for boarding